Welcome to Informed Tourist. I'm Curtis, your traveling guru. Today we're pulling back the curtain on 10 iconic US cities, places once postcard perfect, now facing gritty realities you won't see in brochures. It's a story of contrast, beauty beside struggle. We're here to give you the full picture so you can be an informed tourist, not a naive one. Stick around for a travel survival tip that could save your trip, and your wallet. Let's get into it. San Francisco, the city by the bay, once a vibrant destination, now a city of contrasts. Union Square and Market Street, once bustling, now marked by boarded-up stores and encampments. The contrast is jarring, a tale of two cities on the same block. This is the new reality, for tourists in what was once America's favorite city. San Francisco's beauty is shadowed by a deep human crisis. The city's streets are lined with tents and people caught in cycles of poverty and addiction. As a tourist, you witness this struggle up close: vacant storefronts, closed businesses, and a sense of loss. It's a powerful, heartbreaking reality that changes how you remember this iconic city. Los Angeles, once the city of dreams and stardom, now faces a harsh reality. Venice Beach and Hollywood Boulevard, once vibrant and iconic, are now marked by sprawling tent cities and decay. The stars on the Walk of Fame are often blocked by tents, the spectacle replaced by struggle. Despite billions spent, the crisis grows. The disconnect between promise and reality is impossible to ignore. Downtown LA, or DTLA, has undergone a so-called renaissance over the last decade. Trendy lofts, five-star restaurants, world-class museums like the Broad. It was marketed as the new, vibrant core of the city. But this revitalization exists in a fragile bubble, right next to one of the largest concentrations of homeless individuals in the United States, Skid Row. And the borders of that area are no longer contained. The encampments now spill out for blocks and blocks, creating an environment where tourists feel unsafe walking from their upscale hotel to a nearby concert hall. The contrast is extreme, and it's unsettling. Theft and safety are now primary concerns. It's not just about feeling uncomfortable. Tourists report car break-ins, stolen phones, and aggressive encounters that can quickly escalate. You're told to keep your head on a swivel, to not wear flashy jewelry, to not walk alone at night, all standard big city advice. But in these areas, it feels less like a suggestion and more like a critical survival tactic. The unpredictability is what gets you. One moment you're admiring the architecture of the Walt Disney Concert Hall, and the next, you're witnessing a public mental health crisis or being aggressively panhandled. It keeps you perpetually on edge. This isn't to say you can't have a good time in Los Angeles. The city is massive, diverse, and still holds incredible pockets of beauty and creativity. But the problem is that the areas tourists are most drawn to, the iconic, postcard-worthy spots, are the very places where this crisis is most visible and most concentrated. You can't visit Hollywood without seeing it. You can't go to Venice without navigating it. It has become an unavoidable part of the LA tourist experience, and it fundamentally changes the narrative of the city from one of aspiration to one of desperation. Ultimately, it leaves you with a feeling of sadness for the city. Los Angeles has always been a city of extreme wealth and extreme poverty, but never before has that divide been so physically present, so woven into the very fabric of its most famous public spaces. You come to be inspired by the Dream Factory, but you leave thinking about the people the dream left behind. It's a powerful, sobering experience, and for many tourists it's not what they signed up for. The City of Angels feels like it's struggling to save its own soul, and you're just a temporary visitor watching it happen. Seattle, the Emerald City, home of grunge, Starbucks, and tech giants. You picture the Space Needle, flying fish at Pike Place, and that moody drizzle. That's the postcard, but the postcard doesn't show the whole story. Walk downtown, Pioneer Square, or Capitol Hill, and you see a city of contrasts. Wealth beside tents, vibrant culture beside struggle. For visitors, it's a shock. For locals, it's heartbreak. This is Seattle's reality now. In Seattle, the jungle was once ground zero for the city's homelessness crisis. A sprawling encampment under I-5, a symbol of a problem no one could solve. Authorities cleared it, but the issue just spread. Tents now pop up in parks, on streets, and downtown. The city is stuck in gridlock, with debates raging, but little changing. Tourists come for the views, but leave with a sense of sadness. Seattle's struggle is impossible to ignore. New York City. There's no place like it. The energy hits you the second you arrive. Electric, overwhelming, alive. But your first real taste isn't the skyline. It's the subway, chaotic, raw, and unfiltered. Here, the city's struggles are impossible to ignore. Desperation, suffering, and resilience, side by side. This is the Big Apple's rotten core, a daily confrontation with reality. You arrive at Penn Station, the gateway to New York, but not the one you imagined. Instead of grandeur, you find a cramped, chaotic labyrinth beneath the city. Crowds rush past, but many are stuck, homeless, lost, ignored. The air is thick with despair and neglect. This is the first impression for so many, New York's promise, shadowed by its failures. Portland, Oregon. For years, the mantra was, keep Portland weird. It was a city of microbreweries, independent bookstores, and a fiercely unique local culture. But now, when tourists arrive, they're confronted with a different kind of weird, rows of tents, makeshift shelters, and a sense of unease. The question on everyone's mind, is this normal here? And why isn't anyone doing anything? Portland didn't lose its weird, it weaponized it. The city's famous tolerance has become passive acceptance of chaos. Encampments line the streets, woven into the city's fabric, right next to what people came to see. Portland's weirdness was once its strength. Now it's not quirky, it's just broken. The city's greatest slogan has become a bitter punchline. You land in San Diego, sun on your face, ocean in the air. The brochures promise paradise, fish tacos, surfing, Balboa Park. For a moment you believe it, but just blocks from the polished gas lamp quarter the scene shifts. Tents line the streets, the city's hidden crisis, revealed. San Diego's paradise and its reality exist side by side. A paradox you can't ignore. San Diego is a city of contrasts. Spend your day at Coronado Beach. Powdered sand, iconic Hotel del Coronado, pure California bliss. But just blocks away, downtown sidewalks are blocked by tents and encampments. The city's beauty and vibrant energy clash with a visible humanitarian crisis. For visitors, the dream and the reality collide, leaving a powerful, unsettling impression. Las Vegas. The name itself is an idea, a fantasy. The Strip is a meticulously crafted illusion of glamour and safety, but just 2 blocks away, the illusion shatters. You find the real Las Vegas, struggling, stark, and brutally contrasted. People seek shelter under overpasses, and some live in huntos beneath the city. The fantasy is built on a fragile, very real foundation. Las Vegas pours resources into keeping the Strip spotless and safe. Street sweepers, police, and security all working to protect Nevada's economic engine. But this focus pushes poverty and homelessness into surrounding neighborhoods and downtown. The city's curated fantasy hides a difficult truth. Just steps away, the struggle is real and visible. The glittering city is still a real city, with real, deeply challenging problems. Boston is a city of history. You walk the Freedom Trail, you see the Old North Church, you visit the site of the Tea Party. It's a city that wears its past like a badge of honor. It's also a city of prestigious universities, cutting-edge biotech, and a proud, tough-as-nails local culture. It feels old, established, and in many ways, very put together. You come here expecting cobblestone streets, clam chowder, and maybe a baseball game at Fenway. You don't come here expecting to find one of the most notorious open-air drug markets and homeless encampments on the East Coast. But then, you hear the name, Mass and Cass. It's short for the intersection of Massachusetts Avenue and Melnia Cass Boulevard. For locals, and increasingly for people across the country, that name has become synonymous with a public health and safety crisis of staggering proportions. It's an area, not far from the heart of the city, that for years became the epicenter of the region's opioid crisis. It wasn't hidden, it wasn't in some forgotten corner, it was right there, a sprawling, chaotic scene of tents, open drug use, and human suffering on a scale that was hard to comprehend. For a long time, this was Boston's open secret. It was the place everyone knew about but tourists were shielded from, unless they took a wrong turn. But the problem grew so large it became impossible to ignore. News reports showed images that looked like they were from a completely different country, not from a historic American city. You had a concentration of services in one area, shelters, methadone clinics, that, while well-intentioned, created a magnet effect, drawing in vulnerable people from all over New England. This concentration created a volatile and dangerous environment, both for the people living on the streets and for the surrounding neighborhoods. The reputation of Mass and Cass became a scar on the city's image. It was a stark counter-narrative to the story Boston tells about itself. The city that's home to Harvard and MIT was also home to this. The city of revolutionary history was also home to a modern-day humanitarian disaster. It raised difficult questions for tourists and residents alike. How could this happen here? Why wasn't more being done? The infamy of the area grew to a point where the name itself became a shorthand for urban decay. A cautionary tale whispered among visitors planning their trip. Boston cleared the mass and caste encampment, reclaiming the streets and removing the most visible signs of crisis. But the damage to the city's reputation lingers. The issues, addiction, mental illness, lack of housing, remain, just scattered across new neighborhoods. For Boston, the real challenge is rebuilding trust and changing the narrative, not just hiding the problem.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of
Venice Beach, you picture sun, art, and wild creativity. Street performers, murals, Muscle Beach, that's the dream. But when you arrive, reality hits. Tents line the boardwalk, the vibe is tense, and the energy feels heavy. The art's still here, but it's overshadowed by a humanitarian crisis. The dream isn't dead, but it's on life support, and you can't ignore it. Venice Beach changed overnight. Fires, crime, and boarded-up businesses forced the city to act. A massive crackdown cleared the boardwalk, but not without controversy. The tents disappeared, and the boardwalk looked clean again. But scars remain, memories, lost trust, and a reputation that may never fully recover. The city won the battle for the boardwalk, but the war for its soul is far from over. Now, when we talk about this issue, our minds immediately jump to the big players, right? Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, the coastal giants with massive populations and even bigger headlines. We almost assume it's exclusively their problem. But that's a huge mistake. That's not the full picture. To really understand the scale of this, you have to look inland. You have to look at the smaller cities, the places that don't make the national news every night. Places like Fresno. It's in the heart of California's Central Valley, a critical hub for agriculture, a city with its own unique history and pride, and it's getting hit hard. For a city like Fresno, tourism isn't just a bonus, it's a vital part of the local economy. They don't have a Golden Gate Bridge or a Statue of Liberty. Their attractions are more local, more community-focused. They rely on people coming downtown for a concert, visiting the historic Tower Theater, or exploring the unique Forestier underground gardens. These are the things that bring in outside money and support local businesses, the restaurants, the coffee shops, the small hotels. It's a delicate ecosystem. And when that ecosystem gets disrupted, everyone feels it, and they feel it fast. But that disruption is exactly what's been happening. The same scenes we've witnessed in the major coastal cities are playing out right here, near the core of downtown Fresno. Encampments have become a fixture in areas that are supposed to be the city's welcome mat. You'll see them along the freeways as you drive in, a stark and unavoidable first impression. You'll find them clustered in parks and along canals, areas that were meant for recreation and community gathering. For a potential tourist or even a local resident looking to spend a day downtown, it's an immediate red flag. It changes your calculation of where you're willing to go. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about a fundamental sense of safety and stability. When encampments grow, they often bring a host of secondary issues: trash accumulation, sanitation problems, and a rise in petty crime. For the small business owner downtown, this is a nightmare. Their customer base shrinks, their employees feel unsafe walking to their cars at night, their windows get broken, their doorways become unusable. This is the reality for so many smaller American cities that are grappling with a big city problem but with a small city budget and resources. It's a fight for survival. The real challenge for a city like Fresno is the recovery. It's a much steeper, much harder climb than for a place like Los Angeles. Los Angeles has this massive, diversified economy. It has a global brand that can absorb a lot of negative press. If one tourist area gets a bad reputation, there are a dozen others to choose from. People will still flock to Los Angeles for the movie industry, for the beaches, for the sheer scale of it all. It has a built-in resilience that comes with being a world-class metropolis. Smaller cities just don't have that luxury. They don't have that safety net. When a city like Fresno gets a reputation for being unsafe or overrun, that perception sticks like glue. There's no massive marketing budget to launch a global Come Back to Fresno campaign. The recovery has to happen on a much more grassroots level, business by business, block by block, And that's incredibly difficult when those very businesses are the ones struggling to stay afloat. It's a vicious cycle. The encampments drive away customers, the lack of customers causes businesses to close, and the closed businesses make the area even less appealing, which in turn allows the encampments to expand. Breaking that cycle is a monumental task. Think about the tourist's perspective. You have limited vacation time, limited money. You're choosing between two destinations. You do a quick search on YouTube or Reddit. For one city, you see videos of vibrant street festivals and glowing reviews. For Fresno, you see walking tours of encampments and read threads about car break-ins. Which one are you going to choose? It's an easy decision. The damage to a smaller city's tourism brand is disproportionately large. It can cripple their ability to attract not just tourists, but new residents, new businesses, and new investment. The ripple effects are enormous. This is the untold story of this crisis. It's not just about the iconic tourist spots in famous cities. It's about the heartland. It's about the hundreds of other cities across the country facing the same struggles without the same resources or attention. They are fighting a desperate uphill battle to not just clean up their streets, but to rebuild a reputation that once shattered is incredibly hard to piece back together. For them, this isn't just about saving a vacation spot, it's about saving the economic future of their entire community. The stakes couldn't be higher. We've explored San Francisco, LA, New York, and Fresno, and seen the challenges travelers face. Here's your most powerful travel tool. Before booking, open Google Maps, drop into Street View, and check the real neighborhood. Then, search YouTube for walking tours, and read recent reviews for honest insights. This simple routine can save your trip, your money, and your sanity. Thanks for watching Informed Tourist. Please like and subscribe.